Good morning, you guys. It feels great out here. I feel great. So let's just go ahead and get into this message. It's kind of been on my heart for a little while, especially because we just entered a new month. And since it is June, we are halfway through 2024. Like, in case you didn't know, like if I just shed light to this, now you know. We are 6 months into 2024, which means that we only have 6 months left of 2024. One thing that I've been doing that's really been helping me is to write down all of my monthly goals every single month. And then I break that down a step further and I write down weekly goals and daily goals. Now, some of my daily goals tend to be the same thing every day, so I might only write it down once. But if I do change things up, then I'll write that down. And I put that in my notepad on my phone, and I have access to it all day whenever I feel distracted or whenever I feel like I'm not doing enough or whatever. I can always look at that and be like, okay, well, I completed this, so that means I'm doing something right. And the reason why I write down my goals is to help me stay focused. I don't know about you, but I've never been diagnosed with ADHD or anything like that. I don't believe I have any of those disorders, but I have so many ideas in my mind and it's overwhelming at times. Like so many just things that I want to try, so many things that I want to do. And sometimes if I don't stick to my goals and my tasks, I'll get sidetracked, I'll get distracted. And I use the word distracted lightly because I don't think that any of my ideas are a distraction, but I end up getting off of task. Okay, so keeping things, in one place where I can see like this is what I have to do or whatever, it helps me stay focused on what I'm working on. It also allows me to remember what it is that I want to achieve if I find temptation, right? So, for instance, when it comes to weight loss, I'm a recovering food addict. I used to be 340 pounds. I think I'll always be addicted to food in some way, shape, or form. And sometimes I do get cravings for things that don't align with my spring cut that I'm on. And so when I have those moments, sometimes I'll let myself get that cheat meal or cheat snack, whatever. But sometimes I'll be like, you know what? No, I'm not going to do that. And I'll look at my goals for the month. What did I say I wanted to lose this month? What kind of progress did I say I wanted to make? So having those tasks or those goals in front of you all day, every day, is going to help you stay on track. It's going to help you stay focused. One other thing that I like to do every single month, so for June I already did it, but I encourage you to do it as well, is remind yourself of everything that you are grateful and thankful for from the previous month. Whatever you accomplished, even if you feel like you didn't accomplish anything, you still accomplished something. You have to dig deep, right? I'm my own worst critic. I think a lot of us are. And sometimes I find myself feeling like I didn't do enough or I should have did more or whatever. And I have to take a minute to remind myself of everything that I did do this month. And it could be anything. It doesn't necessarily have to be like monetary wise. I think sometimes we get so wrapped up in money, 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 and materials, materials, materials. But maybe your mindset shifted. Maybe you stayed more consistent the previous month. Maybe you didn't cave to temptation when it came to food or, being distracted to do other things. Whatever it may be, like there's something that you did for the month of May that was something you probably haven't done before or you didn't do as well. And I want you to remind yourself of that and write it down. Stop being your biggest bully. And when I say you, I'm also talking to myself, okay? Everything that I say are things that I've experienced, things that I've done, things that I struggle with. So I never want you guys to think that I'm pointing the finger at you. I'm also pointing it at me too. I used to be really, really good at talking down on myself and telling myself I should have did better or what is wrong with you and it's not that hard. Like I used to be the biggest bully to myself. And through a lot of counseling, I've gotten a lot better at that. But just take time to, appreciate everything that you've done for yourself for the month of May and moving forward, okay? And you'll realize when you do these things over the course of several months, you'll realize that you are an amazing person. And, sometimes we don't give ourselves credit, or we think that we can't do certain things. And you'll realize through looking at things that you've already accomplished that you're actually a lot greater than you thought you were. And I know that may sound crazy, but it's true. Like, that's why I constantly talk about, you know, telling yourself how grateful you are for the things that you've accomplished, the things that you do, the things that, just go into making you who you are. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to change things. I'm a work in progress every single day. Every day I just try to be a better version of myself. But I still take time to say thank you for what I've accomplished. And this can be applied to anything, not even just with weight loss or fitness, but, as an entrepreneur, some months are better than others. And, it sucks when you want to make a certain amount for one month and you fall short of that significantly. That's happened to me multiple times through the course of my entrepreneurship journey. But I still have to take time to remind myself that, hey, Jazz, you're still making more than you made when you were working at a job that you absolutely hated every single day and cried about and drank. I have to constantly remind myself of that. So, okay, maybe I'm not at the monthly income that I aspire to be at. Maybe I'm nowhere close to it, but I've come such a long ways. And I have to constantly remind myself of that so that I don't allow myself to feel down and feel like I'm you know, just skating by and, just not giving it my all. So take these tips that I give you and apply them to everything. Like, I know this is a weight loss and fitness channel, and I love talking about those things, but a lot of the tools that I mentioned to you guys to lose weight, to be consistent, to eat healthy, to get in shape, these same tools can be used for anything that you want to do. Literally anything that you want to do. It all applies because it's all about setting goals, sticking to them as much as you can, being consistent, and, just pushing yourself to be a better person every single day. One other thing that I want you guys to work on this month that has really helped me is just being more positive to yourself. I say affirmations to myself all day, every single day. That doesn't make you conceited. That doesn't make you self-centered. That does not make you arrogant. You should be your biggest cheerleader. Not your not your friends, not your husband, not your wife, not your, I don't know, coworkers, whoever. Like, they should support you, yes, and I'm big on if someone's not supporting you, if someone's not pouring into you, remove them. But I want you to also be your biggest supporter. I want you to be your biggest fan, because if someone falls short on that and is not your biggest fan like you would expect them to be, you're still going to be okay with that because you're your own biggest fan. Okay, so in order to have that level of self confidence and, to carry yourself in that light, you have to constantly speak positive things to yourself every single day. So, some of the things that I say to myself every day, I started telling myself I'm dope, right? I say to myself, I'm beautiful, I'm strong, I'm smart, I am intelligent. Everything that I touch turns to gold. I am worthy of respect. I am worthy of healthy love, whether that's through friendships, relationships, whatever it is. I deserve these things. I deserve to live a healthy lifestyle. I deserve to be happy, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to make sure that Jasmine is happy. As long as I'm not hurting other people in the process, I'm going to do what it takes to make me happy. So I want you guys to start saying things like that to yourself every single day. Not just when you first wake up, not just when you go to bed, all day long. Because the world that we live in, it's pretty fucking negative. Like, I'm just gonna put that out there. It's pretty negative. So, it's hard to keep that positive energy all day long if you're spending a lot of time, especially on social, looking at content that is not fueling your mind. If you're around people who don't see the glass as half full, right? If you work in a toxic environment, I've been there, done that. So, it's hard to keep that positive mindset. But in order to, reach your goals and do what it is that you want to do, you have to have that feel good energy about yourself all the time. Okay, so that's how it's going to help you keep that. So work on writing out your goals for the month, the week, the day. I want you to start, just telling yourself how appreciative you are of how far you've come. Even if you don't feel like you've come that far, you've still took a few steps. Okay, so remind yourself of that. Thank yourself for that. Tell yourself thank you. Okay, so show yourself gratitude. And then last but not least, make sure that you're speaking positive affirmations to yourself and come up with new ones too, right? I have a ebook of over 2,000 affirmations. Like, it's so many affirmations in that ebook. So the link will be down below if you want to check that out. But, just constantly pour into yourself and do what makes you happy. And I promise you, the month of June is going to be a beautiful month for you. You're going to reach so many goals. You're going to feel so good about yourself, whether you want to lose weight, whether you want to get in shape, whether you want to start that new career, whether you want to finally start that business, whatever it is that you want to do. June is going to be your month. So work on those things, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.